Welcome to Compleat Kidz Online, friendly discussions about autism and other developmental disabilities. Learn how working together is working better, one conversation at a time.
Hello, welcome to Compleat Kidz. I'm Bob. Gina's not here today. Gina abandoned me. And today we have Victor and we have Nikita, who are recent members to the team. They come all the way from India. I would tell you what places, but I don't know, so we'll let them tell us. But they are new BCBAs working in Salisbury and Winston-Salem, and you're
Lincoln.
You're doing double duty for the time being. Are you going to eventually go to one or the other, or
yeah, probably.
You don't know which one?
Not it.
That's okay. So we just want to chat with you guys a little bit about the whole process of coming over from, not necessarily just India, but from a foreign country, and the process of, first of all, leaving your country. We'll talk about it just on personal levels, but also on logistic levels of coming to the United States and what that entails, and maybe some advice for people thinking about making the move to BCBAs to come work for us. So we'll start with Nikita. Just first of all, tell us who you are and where you're from and what you're doing now.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Nikita Bagrodia. I'm a BCBA from India. I have been working in the field of ABA for about 7 years now. And transitioning to the US, actually, it has been very smooth, trust me, because moving countries, coming from a completely different cultural background and everything, it was difficult initially. I thought it's going to be a complete roller coaster ride, but I think Compleat Kidz made it as smooth as possible. Right from booking the tickets, like the flight tickets, right from there to stepping into the country and having a place to live, having a car, everything was really smooth.
And what part of India are you originally from, Nikita?
So I was from the Midwest sort of part, like from Maharashtra, the state named Maharashtra. I was from there.
Awesome. And Victor?
Yeah, I'm Victor Anthony Raj. So I'm from Chennai. I did my master's in ABA from UK from 2018. And then I became a BCBA from June 2022.
And so you did your master's over in the United Kingdom?
Yeah.
What country?
It's Wales.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's in Wales, yeah.
That's where the original James Bond is from. Anyway.
Yeah. So I did it from University of South Wales. So
got it.
Yeah, so they have the clinic too. So I did my practicum hours also from there. After becoming a BCBA, I also got employed in the Compleat Kidz as a remote BCBA. Also, I went to Saudi to work in a home-based ABA program for 1 year.
That was after being a remote BCBA for Compleat Kidz or before?
Yeah, so I asked them, because I got only a few hours here, so I asked them whether I can go for some other work. They said, yeah, I'm free to work any other place too. So yeah, that was a very good experience for me to work in 2 different places at the time. So once I got my H-1B visa lottery, I was a bit confused in the beginning. So what are the documents I need to get ready with? But the Compleat Kidz has taken the complete responsibility of arranging all the documentation and everything. They finally send me the final copy that I need to take for visa interview. So that was really wonderful. So I had gone through the YouTube videos to find out different things that I need to prepare myself. But then they gave a clear crystal response that you need these other documents only. And then in the interview too, they asked only those documents. So that was very smooth experience for me at the visa center. And then I got my visa, and then I transitioned to.
So you came over on a regular H-1B or an exempt?
It's on lottery system.
And did you come on the lottery system as well, Nikita?
No, I came on the exempt one.
Yeah, so explain to people that don't know, just explain what that's all about, please.
Okay, so basically for the non-cap exempt, I think the company goes ahead and files your H-1B for you. And for me, it just took like 4 days. 4 days,
Wow.
and my visa, yeah, everything was approved from the USCIS. And then once I had that approved, and I got my I-797 form, which is basically your employment form and things like that. Once you get all of that from the company, you go ahead and schedule your appointment here. I did it there in India. I scheduled an appointment. I scheduled an interview. There are two where you have to do, like, one would be biometrics and the other would be like a visa interview. So I did those. I got it fairly quickly. When I asked the company to actually mail my I-797 form and I-129 form and things that I needed, I actually got those forms in like 4 days from the US to India.
That's quick.
So I think it was really quick.
Yeah. So for people not following along, what basically happens is because of BCBAs are a very hard to find position, you don't have to go through the traditional H-1B1 lottery like Victor unfortunately had to go through.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have two way different experiences. One took, how long did yours take the whole time from soup to nuts?
Yeah, so initially my name did not come in the lottery, but then after 3 months it came up.
So how long was the whole process?
Whole process, like once my name was selected, it was like 2 to 3 months.
But how long to get your name selected was that?
Yeah, they said in February would be the lottery, and then I did not get, and in July they said I got the lottery.
So almost a full year.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah, which is actually even that's a little short.
Yeah.
But as you can, as we talked about, Nikita did it in a couple of days, which is a much different experience.
Yeah.
And did either one of you take advantage? I know we have, it sounded like you had it, Victor, where if you're going through this process and you are not yet here in the United States, you can work remotely as a BCBA. Did either one of you, I know, Victor, you said you took advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
And just explain, so you just worked remote hours as a BCBA.
Yeah. So I worked as a remote BCBA from August 2022 till September 2023. So it's more than a year. So initially I had an interview with Compleat Kidz. So I was looking for the job opportunities for the BCBA because I was new at that time. And then the Compleat Kidz also interviewed me, and then they said that they would be hiring me in person. But currently I had the opportunity to do the remote BCBA. So that was an opportunity for me. So I jumped into the opportunity, and then I realized that was working so well because everything was available online. So I was able to look into the client's profile, their programs, and then their evaluations, and data collection system, and everything was made available to me. And then it was an easy way of accessing their all profile online. So
and I guess you get to know the company a little bit, so it's a little bit an easier transition. Yeah.
So one thing that I felt was that the company was giving me lots of support anytime I emailed to them, and they were very prompt in responding to them, to their emails, and then giving me a clear answer to my questions. So that was really very encouraging for me during that period of time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, the payment was like always on time.
Yeah. let's talk about it. Really important things. Yeah. Everybody likes to get paid.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about. So now you guys, you go through this process. You go through a traditional H-1B1 and a non-capped. You're over here. So talk about now you're in the good old United States, and what happens then. You want to start, Nikita?
Okay. So when I came in, I think Victor and I came in on the same date, I guess. But when we came in, the initial first week, we had things to do, like getting the social security number, going for our driver's license, and basically getting ourselves into the system here in the United States. So for that, you have to get the paperwork ready, which means just like basically your employment documents and things like that, other things that we had to carry. There was somebody who was here driving us everywhere, taking us to places, helping us with all of these things. And he was of great support. Basically, he was there every time, in the morning at the time that he said he would be there. He was there on time, and he was like, okay, come on, let's go, we have to do this, we have to do that. He helped us with even going for like grocery shopping, or be it even if we needed winter clothes, because when we came in, it was starting to get a little chilly. So those things were knocked off like right out of the bat, I think in the first week, and like the first 2 weeks, like couple of weeks. That's how it went.
So how long was the time that you step foot in the United States before you actually start working? What is that time frame where you're, learning the U.S. Driving rules and getting winter clothes and all? How long is that?
It was like 2 weeks period, I
2
think.
weeks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was enough?
Yeah, that was.
It was.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So because everything was arranged from the day one, so what we need to do, so we had a plan for every day.
Awesome.
So yeah, so we were like very comfortable, and the moment when we came in, so we were worried how to communicate with their family, and then the company gave their own SIM card and then phone, everything. So all those things were ready for us on the day when we reached itself, and also the company has arranged the accommodation. So that was a really.
And I think they
yeah.
helped you. I think you're still looking. They help
Yeah.
people find places to live, right?
Yep.
Yes,
I
they
think
did. They did. Like my husband and I moved out from the house that the company had given, and we were looking for an apartment for our own. They helped us with that. They took us around to look at the houses that we had selected, or the suggestions that they had. So that was also a good thing. They also gave us like a car to drive around once we got our license here in North Carolina. They had cars ready for us so that we could travel and just do basic things that we needed to do, or go to the center that we had to, things like that.
And we both passed on the first try.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah.
And you guys are right-hand drive,
Yeah.
correct? In
Yeah, we
India?
did
Yeah, so
right-hand
everything's
drive.
on the opposite. Yeah.
So before we could come in here, from HR department, they sent the documents to get us ready for the written test. So we had lots of time to read through the documents. Yeah, so that was
Yes,
really good.
I know it's not easy. So you spoke about it briefly, Nikita. Your husband came along with you, and he's on the visa
Yes.
as well, so he gets to move with you. So anybody out there thinking about moving with family,
Yep.
we'll make that happen. Awesome. So
Yep.
it seems like you guys would recommend it. You had a good experience so far, except for today, except for the podcast. It's been a good experience, right?
Yeah. So
No, it was a great experience.
The
Yeah.
company has helped us a lot for setting up our
bank account and all that kind of stuff.
accounts,
Yeah.
So that was
It's.
also very
I guess
good.
you don't realize the small little things that are different from one
Yeah.
country to another. How about culturally? Let's talk about that. Coming to the U.S., what were some of the things that maybe surprised you, or you weren't? You're like, oh wow, I never really thought about that. Any of those kind of things?
Culturally, I felt comfortable when
Uh-huh.
I came in. So everybody was very welcoming. For the first week, I think the company, different persons from the company, they had taken us for meals, and then we had discussion with them, and also they shared lots of valuable tips what are the things are going around. So like we are like really prepared for dealing with the things. At the clinic also, they're like very welcoming wherever we went. Yeah.
Anything that you weren't prepared for culturally, or you're like just you're not used to? I guess not even.
Yeah.
No. So I think it was pretty good, because like I was saying, like even the driving, because it was, of course, it's different back in India and it's different here in the States. But we had somebody who was teaching us how to drive. So I think that was great. And I was so nervous because I did not drive as much in India. So I was so nervous, and she had full confidence in me. And she's like, go ahead, go drive. I'm going to be here. And I think it was like a whole experience. It was great.
I feel like the drivers in India are crazier than the drivers here. Is that?
Yeah, here is well organized. Everyone follows the rules.
They're not really rules in India. It's kind of guidelines.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There are rules, but nobody follows it. So it's like here, and then here you have to be like on the dot, stop on a stop sign, things like that.
Yeah, so it's actually, I think it's harder to drive over there. So any other things that, just advice or tips or anything like that for people thinking about using this program to come to the United States from a foreign country?
You want to go, Victor?
Go on. I'm
Okay.
thinking still.
No, so nothing per se, because like I said, coming from a completely different background, completely different cultural area, and then moving to another country, I know it can be very overwhelming. It was overwhelming because when I made the move, of course, I'm so attached to my family and then coming and things like that. But the process was very smooth. We did not feel, and we felt so welcomed. We felt like we were welcomed into like a family, because I remember like Adi was so good with us, you were there, and there were so many people helping us with every small thing that we needed, that we didn't have the urge to say that, oh my god, I don't know how to do this,
Yeah,
because
it was-
here, like in the States also, there are so many things. There are like insurances and there's so much paperwork and whatnot, and back in India we didn't do that much. But again, getting help for each and everything, like which car we should choose, or which car should, which house should we buy, and everything, I think it was like a whole great process.
Yeah, it's so good to come here because the climate is a little different when we come from
So what's it like back home?
back home.
It's very hot or very cold?
Yeah, only in December would be Fahrenheit.
Well,
Because the calculation, so it will be in we call it in a degree Celsius. So it will be like 28, 29
Celsius.
Celsius in winter time. But
Oh, that's not
would
too
be-
bad.
Yeah, summer is very hot.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it gets hot here too,
Yeah,
and very humid, unfortunately.
yeah.
But the winters are well, I'm from up north, so the winters
Yeah.
here to me are mild. But
Yeah.
to you guys, it will not be mild.
Yeah.
So the last thing we'll end on is we always ask. So you know how we have the superheroes that represent ABA, OT, SLP, and PT. So we always ask our guest, and which should be on your bio, if you had any superpower, if you could have any superpower, what superpower would that be? So you seem like you're ready to roll on that one, Nikita. Is that you got one?
I have like two answers, because I think
Let's
like
hear them
two of
both.
them fit really well.
I'm a nice guy. Let's hear them both.
Okay, so one of them would definitely be like understanding my learners so much that I could help them in any sort of way that I can. But the other one would be teleportation, so that I could go back to India, meet my family, and then come back quickly.
That's a good one.
Yeah, my superpower would be like understanding the behaviors of the children, because they change the behavior very quickly sometimes. So it's very difficult to deal with their behaviors instantly. So that would be the superpower I need for understanding them.
These guys are very unselfish. Mine is always about me, my superpowers. But you guys, that's why you guys are BCBAs and I'm not. Well, thanks for showing up. We really appreciate it. If anybody wants to see or is in the clinics with these guys, say hello. Nikita is up in Salisbury, and
And we're going to
Victor
Lincoln.
is in Lincolnton and in Winston-Salem part-time. So stop in, say hello to those guys. I'm sure they're happy to answer any questions about BCBAs and the program and ABA and the kids and stuff like that. So thanks for showing, guys. Really appreciate the time.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
No problem.
To continue the conversation, visit the links to our website, Facebook page, or Instagram in the comments.